Hi gorgeous girls, it's Adele from Get Gorgeous. You need to be watching your macros, not calorie counting. Calorie counting is so old school. Nutritionists and athletes are getting a better understanding and appreciation of diet when they count macros. This vlog is going to explain macros and micros and how you can combine them to get the most benefit. So the Healthy Heart diet, the Eat Well plate that the UK and the US use, explain macros and they break it down into a ratio. So the ratio that we currently use is 60% carbohydrates, 20% protein and 20% fat. That's the macro breakdown. Now, I've explained in previous blogs, and you'll know because you've been watching and following me, that our ancestors had, guess how many carbohydrates? 5%. Live, wonderfully athletic ancestors, 5% carbohydrates, 20% protein, the same, and 75% fat. Now, that is a very low carbohydrate diet. Very low, and you probably need something in the middle of that. And if you want to discuss that on a one-to-one, please feel free to give me a shout. If you want to make sure that it affects your body type, because every body type is going to be different, then give me a shout. But let me give you a little more detail about macros and how they make meal planning so much easier. So counting macros, and your macro means your fats, your carbohydrates and your protein. Simples. Your micro are your vitamins and minerals. Easy. So proteins are something you consume, and you should be consuming every day, are broken down by your body into amino acids. You get familiar with that phrase, amino acids, I'm sure you are. And you need 9 amino acids. You need to consume them every single day. You need to eat them. That's why they're essential, because your body can't manufacture them. You'll have to eat them and take them on board. I've done an incredibly comprehensive blog for vegetarians and vegans. It's in the blog, so click and link through, and it explains how vegetarians need to combine their macros slightly differently in order to get a complete essential amino acid every day, okay? So click to that blog if you're a vegetarian. Carbohydrates are broken down into the body and they form glucose, and insulin comes along and mops up the glucose. Now, insulin is seen as the enemy of the dieter, friend or foe, because it is a fat-storing hormone. It is hugely hard-working little hormone, and when insulin gets going, it works so hard to clear up the glucose and get you ready for your next meal. The problem is that insulin doesn't give a hoot whether your glucose is coming from an organic sliced bread, rye from Handsome Pete at the corner shop, or it's millionaire shortbread. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have any preconceptions. Sugar is sugar, and your body loves sugar, stroke glucose, okay? It just adores it. It's not going to let fat go. Fat is really essential to your body. Your body covets fat. I know. We don't want to hear it, but it's true. Your fat keeps your body going, keeps your cell membranes going, and it helps to make you a faster thinker. So if there's glucose in your body from carbohydrates, your body and insulin are going to do the best job that they can to mop that up before they start looking at any type of fat removal. So let's have a little test. I've done this before, see if you've got this one sorted. Glucose or carbohydrates are broken down into the glycemic index, which is scaled 0 to 100. So every carbohydrate food that you eat has a glycemic index. So out of these 4, which has the highest glycemic index, which is going to skyrocket your glucose levels and bring in insulin? Is it A, sliced brown bread, B, a Snickers bar, C, a Mars bar, you can tell my preferences, or D, a banana. Which has the highest glycemic index? Brown bread, yes. Let's do another one. White rice, ice cream, cornflakes, or white bread? Did you get it? Yes. White bread. What? Yes. White bread has as much as brown bread, and it's going to shoot your glycemic index through the roof. In that list, which has the lowest glycemic index? Let's go through it again. White rice, ice cream, cornflakes, or white bread? Ice cream, because of its fat content. That's what I mean about combining macros. Now, I know that doesn't make any sense. I appreciate that. But sugar in the body is energy. It is immediate for the body. So it is going to use that sugar straight away. And if you've got glucose in your bloodstream, then that is what the body is going to use for your energy. Fat is a resource that the body wants to hold on to. So fats are essential, and fats are broken down into fatty acids. They are also broken down into 4 types of fat, and this is where we need to really analyse this. Fats are monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, saturated, and a new one, trans fats. That's the one we've got to remember. Mono, macadamias, olive oil, avocados, pecan, almond nuts, they are all monounsaturated fats. Polyunsaturated fats are fish, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, Brazil nuts. So that is polyunsaturated fats. Now, polyunsaturated fats are also split into omega-3 and omega-6. And that ratio, that balance in the body, one is inflammatory, omega-6, and one helps to reduce inflammation in the body, omega-3. They should be at a ratio of 1:1. However, they are not. They are at a ratio of 6:1. So you need to eat more fish, okay? And if not fish, everything else on that list. Click the blog, it will show you that list. Saturated fat is coconut oil. Did you read the blog? Headlines to Terrify? Again, it's in the blog, so click through. And then trans fats. Anything that's got a low fat label has got trans fat in it. It is man-made hydrogenated fat, and it will kill you. Okay? Trans fats, look out for them, don't eat them. So they did a study in 2007. They published it in a neurology, and they looked at 8,000 people. And with those 8,000 people, they looked at their Alzheimer's and dementia and their ability, or their use, or eating, I should say, eating fish and omega-3. So those that didn't eat fish had an increase risk of getting Alzheimer's of 37%. Okay? Those that did eat fish reduced their risk by 44%. It doesn't have to be fish, it can be other things. There's other things that you can eat on the list. And interestingly, which really is fascinating, is butter. Butter has no effect on your Alzheimer's or dementia risk, okay? So have some butter. So there's a few myth-busting facts, a little appreciation of macros and micros, and how to food combine. Do give me a call if you want to explore this further. I'm Adele from Get Gorgeous. Bye.